Arsenal had an opportunity to potentially sign an underrated striker for Mikel Arteta near the end of January, according to reliable journalist David Ornstein. Arsenal fail in pursuit of new striker as transfer window ends. Gabriel Jesus is set to miss the rest of 2024/2025 after rupturing his ACL, while goal-scoring winger Bukayo Saka won't be back until next month. This made bringing in a world-class, prolific new marksman arguably imperative for the Premier League title chasers, but Arteta's side couldn't quite manage to land on their desired option, in what is viewed as a real disappointment. Arsenal take on Newcastle United in the second leg of their Carabao Cup semi-final against Newcastle United, looking to overturn a 2-goal deficit at St. James Park, but they'll be taking on Eddie Howe's side without that extra injection of attacking quality. The Gunners, as widely reported, did make a late bid for Ollie Watkins. However, after Jan Duran sealed a last-gasp move from Aston Villa to Al Nassr in a big-money move, it was always unlikely that Unai Emery's side would sanction his departure afterwards. There were reports that Arsenal planned a second offer for Watkins, but that failed to come to any fruition, with Ornstein shedding further light on that story in a post-window claim. Arsenal had opportunity to strike Ollie Watkins' deal. As per the reliable reporter, Arsenal did have an opportunity to sign Watkins, with Villa not entirely closed off to negotiating a deal. However, Arteta's side actually offered a lowball amount of £40 million, despite contrary reports that they put £60 million on the table. On Watkins, naturally these things are not easy when it gets to such a late point in the window. Clearly, Villa gave Arsenal the opportunity to do this deal or have a conversation on the basis of a £60 million possibility, said Ornstein, via the Athletics podcast on YouTube. That was something clearly Arsenal were not prepared to do at that value for a 29-year-old, who in their eyes is probably not worth that much. They decided to suggest around the £40 million mark. Villa were being serious when they suggested £60 million because that's where they value him, and if they need to make the numbers work with PSR and whatever else, that's what they would have been prepared to have a conversation for. We don't know if it would have led to an offer being accepted, but the door was clearly opened at that level, and Arsenal weren't prepared to go there. Some people I've spoken to say Arsenal should have bit their hand off and gone and done that in a flash. But immediately when you suggest £40 million, and they've got the Duran possibility on the horizon, Aston Villa pivoted immediately and sought out the Duran situation. There was no further dialogue to my knowledge, at least of substance. Now, clearly for somebody that has gone on record saying he's an Arsenal supporter as a boy, and it would have been his dream move, etc., perhaps Watkins would have pushed for it if it came close, but it didn't come close. There was no attempt by Arsenal to go again or be more concrete. Called an underrated center forward, Watkins has bagged 11 goals and assisted 9 others in all competitions this season.